What's going on, my friend? This is Synchro Guy, and today I just, well, first of all, I just want to quickly say sorry I have not been uploaded for quite some time. I've been quite busy working on something for future content on this channel, which I hope you're looking forward to, but that's not why I'm making this video. If you're part of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, you most likely know about the fact that we recently lost Alex Cimo. His timing came way too soon. Way too soon. And I want to talk about this because I had a bit of a relationship with Alex, and I just guess wanted to talk about this just to process this. I wanted to make this yesterday, but I had work all day yesterday, so I couldn't, but I'm doing it now. Anyway, I don't have a script for this. I'm not gonna edit this after it's done recording. After it's done recording, I'm just straight up uploading this. So, anyway, I remember when the first time I saw Alex, like, if I remember right, he took part in the YouTuber Grand Championship many years ago, where it was just mostly just focusing trying to make the best kind Yu-Gi-Oh related kind of content. He didn't exactly win that, but he kept posting content and he started doing well with it, like even better than the person that actually did win that thing. But anyway, when I first saw him, I was he was just another person making Yu-Gi-Oh related content videos, so I didn't think much about it. But then as he upload more videos, I start to see them on my feed. I check them out, I like them, and I start to like the guy. And yeah, so then at some point I subscribed. I've watched his content. They were fun. And then later, it wasn't until later that in like 2016 2017 that I became one of his Patreon subscription members. So if you ever seen his videos and he's thanking the people, he thanking his Patreon supporters, if you ever reached the Synchro Guy, that was me. Anyway, so main reason though I became a Patreon supporter was mostly because of the fact that at that time, again, like 2016 2017, I was part of this place called Dual Amino, which was like an amino thing that, well, it no longer exists now, but it was a place where you would just go to and you just communicate and talk to people about the same kind of fandom that you were a part of. And obviously, there was one for Yu-Gi-Oh! So, and on there, you weren't just talking to people, you got to make content, mostly just written content. And that's exactly what I was doing, and I thought it'd be fun if I were to, if I were to get a chance to interview Alex Cimo. I thought that'd be, great little form of content to make. So I signed up. I joined the subscription where I can, just you get a monthly call with a Cimo, and the rest of the other patron supporters, and the time came. We met, talked, and then I've asked him to do the interview, and she agreed to. So I was very thankful for that. And I probably could have just ended my subscription right there because I got what I wanted. But again, I like the guy. I enjoyed the content he was making, so I decided to keep supporting him and stick around. And yeah, and then we started, join. I started being part of these monthly calls. I mean, I remember we first used to do it on Skype before we switched over to Discord. Like, uh, Skype feels so old right now. But then, of course, the first time we ever actually met in person was in 2018, where it was an ARG event that was happening in his hometown in Las Vegas, and I had some friends that were going to go to that event. They asked me to join them. I said yes, and of course I let Alex know about it, and we decided just have a little meetup, and also it was also a good time because I requested a kind of this shirt right here that he made that I wanted to get, and well, he just figured save shipping costs and just hand it to me in person. So yeah, so time for the event came. We finally met, and I won't admit, he was a little bit shorter than me that I expected, but still, like it was great to finally meet the guy for once, and yeah, it was such a fun time, and I I remember the next time we met was next time we met in person was in YCS Salt Lake City back in 2018 as well, and that event was also very memorial for me because of the fact that I'm sorry, memorable for me, and that's due to the fact that a lot of my friends that were into Yu-Gi-Oh at the time, when that YCS event came about, a lot of them just stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh. They I could have, and I could have followed suit. I really could have, but I loved the game of Yu-Gi-Oh so much that I just couldn't bear to stop playing. So I didn't follow suit, and I went to the YCS event, and I was kind of like just soloing it. Yeah, I mean there were some people they knew from locals and such, but I was mostly by myself. But when Alex, he was at the event, he saw, I was by myself. He took up the time to come up and and talk to me. That meant a lot to me. Yeah, it was a really it was a it's just I just think it's I really appreciate the times like I like when we go to these events I saw him like being lines of people lining up to meet with him to have a like just a brief talk and get things signed by him, but then once he was done he noticed me, he come and just say hello to me. Yeah, and we chat for a while. I mean, yeah, he was one. I'm one of his Patreon members, so he felt. So I mean, even if I wasn't, I think I think we still got to know each other over the calls, and he's probably still with them regardless. That's just kind of the person he is or was. And then I think the last time we ever actually met him in person was back in 2019 at YCS Fort Worth, and I remember that time that I didn't go to that event alone. Actually, I went there with my father because again, a lot of my friends just stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I didn't feel like going to this event alone. And I asked my dad; he said yes, and then yeah, so. And of course, met with Alex. He eventually, of course, met my dad. And just they talked for a bit. And of course, he thanked him for being a good pillar of support in my life. So yeah, but then of course, yeah, that was the last time we met in person because year after that the pandemic happened, and yeah. But we still did our we had the monthly calls since patron support and all, and yeah. And we had some very some very fun calls. We talked about there were some fun things to talk about. Just talked about the latest new release cars or Yu-Gi-Oh related news or just any random kind of stuff. Like sometimes they would be talking about about RuneScape. Hey man, such a just one thing that I will say that that was also very fun for me at the time is that one of the things in the call sometimes we also talked about like some of the things he had kind of in plan in the in the background, like that he has not publicly announced that, but he decided to tease us a little bit about it, how since we're bigger supporters, and he wouldn't exactly tell us like all of it like just straight up, but he would give us a little hints. But I did remember one time there was one time where Alex had this idea for a kind of series where it was kind of like a Tower of Yu-Gi-Oh series, kind of like what they have in Pokemon in the video games. And the idea was that you would enter the tower and you try to duel some well-known people, and then just try to climb the tower to get to the top. And when he first thought of that series, the first person he asked to take part of it was me, and I that made me so happy because of the fact like I love playing the game. I love to duel, and he knew about that, and he reached out to me knowing that and just wanted to, yeah. And through that series, I got to duel against so many different content creators. Like I dueled against Nim, I dueled against MBT. There was head-to-head battles, Crush Cars, House of Champs, and Lithium, Distant Coder. Yeah, I got to duel a bunch of well-known Yugi tubers, and that was so much fun. Sadly, though, that series never got off the that series never really took off, or just really even just got started because the fact, well, it's probably due to the fact that I kicked everyone's butts. So yeah, good attempt, but unfortunately, I guess I was a. I just apparently I was not supposed to win all the time. But still, it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. And then time went by, and then I think the last couple of interactions I remember having with Alex before we got to the present moment was like there was a time he just when the new trap card Synchro Emergency got revealed. He straight up just at me and just asked me who the hell did I pay to make this card. uh, yeah. And then the last call I was on that with him, I think there was like we were talking about like his bingo series he recently just started, and then of course talk about ways like how to make it better, how to improve it or something, and yeah, just we were just sharing our thoughts and ideas, and yeah, and yeah, that was the last call we had until he stopped for a while because well, health reasons, and but apparently that was the last call we ever had with him. And now we're here. My friend, just want to quickly say, make sure that the people that you interact with that matter a lot to you, that you love, make sure you tell them how much they mean to you, how much you love them. If not that, then make sure they are at least aware that they feel your love for them, because it's not always guaranteed that they're going to be with us here the next day. We always take that for advantage. We really do. And if we don't tell them how much they mean to us in the present moment, why we still have them, then there's no telling when this unfortunate event does come to pass. We might be filled with some kind of regrets for not telling them how much they mean to us. And nothing can be scarier than just thinking that they're gone and they don't know if they matter to us or how much we matter to them. Just yeah. So make sure you tell them how much how much you love them, and how much they mean to you. And Alex, if by some chance you are listening to this, wherever you are right now, I hope you're doing well. My heart goes out to your wife, to your wife Brittany, to your friends, your family, and yeah, I really hope you're doing well. And the next time we meet, Alex, next time we meet, let's play some medicine format. I still got a score to settle with you. You're not getting away that easily. Sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, my friend. I hope you're doing well right now, and I hope you stay well. Take care.